Hey guys, the movie with more marketing than actual movie has finally been released for us in America. So, let's see how it fared. The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Okay, so The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is directed by Mark Webb. It's the sequel to the movie that I thought far was superior in every way to the Sam Raimi movies. So I thought, well, this should be awesome. Let's watch it. And how did it fare? It was okay. From the level of marketing that they had, I really was expecting a lot more. And in the end, I got a pretty good story. As I said, it's pretty good. I enjoyed it, but I feel like there's a lot of room for improvement. One of the cases was there was a lot of inconsistencies with sort of like technology. Now I think it's funny. I'm willing to buy that there's hologrammy type things in present day, but when Peter Parker is presumably 18, 19 in 2014, and they show flashbacks from when he's about 4, that's in the mid-90s, and they had fancy schmancy laptops with built-in webcams? Peter Parker continues his adventure in this one. He's a lot wiser. You can tell that he definitely has a lot more experience in the field because they have this opening segment where he's just, he's running his routine. Now we have our new guy, Jamie Foxx, who plays Max Dillon, who comes in and becomes Electro. Now, Electro is a cool-looking villain. He's a cool villain, and you can relate to him a lot. That's one of the biggest pluses I gotta give this film. You can really relate to Jamie Foxx's Electro. When he's doing his awkward guy thing, you really are like, I feel so bad for this guy, because you just feel it, And it's one of those types of things. And then when he becomes the supervillain, you really empathize with him. Now, in all reality, there's 2 and a sort of quarter% villain, or however many percents you want to call it. You have Jamie Foxx as Electro, and then you have Dane DeHaan as Harry Osborn / the Green Goblin, and then you have Rhino, sorta. I was really disappointed with what they did with Rhino because I liked Rhino in the comics, especially the Ultimate Comics, and they really didn't do him justice here. He was a cartoon character, and it's like, come on. And Dane DeHaan, I don't like him as Harry Osborn. I'm sorry if you will ever watch this, Dane DeHaan. You're probably a great guy. Not a big fan of your acting in terms of the way you are, that sort of just always looking like he's about to snap brooding kid. To me, it didn't feel like Harry Osborn at all. And so that was one of my big complaints. And when he showed up as the Green Goblin, I was like, oh, okay. The biggest compliment I gotta give this film, though, seriously, is the last 10-15 minutes of the film. It is pulse-pounding, it is emotional, it is intense, it is everything I wanted out of this movie. It is ultimately the movie I actually wanted. It's just that you have to have 2.5 hours of the other stuff. Sally Field was great. She's great in every single movie. All in all, as I said, I liked this movie. I thought it was alright. I thought there was a lot of room for improvement. That's really what I gotta emphasize. There is so much room for improvement. And the ending in this film is atrocious. I am sorry to all of you who think, like, this is the best movie ever, if there's any of you out there. I'm sure there is. But to me, this ending was absolutely terrible. You can always have a much more conclusive ending. This felt like literally just a segue movie. I don't know, it just felt like we know where we want to go in the future, and that's all we're thinking about. We're not thinking about right now. It's an alright movie. It just has a lot of room for improvement. Of course, I'd love to watch it again, because it's Spider-Man, and the visuals look incredible with Spider-Man. Every time he moves, you can tell that they took inspiration from how he moved in the comics. That is how I see Spider-Man moving. So, it's just one of those things. It needs more to it. It needs room. It needs to improve on itself. So, that's the best way I can explain it. All in all, I'm going to score The Amazing Spider-Man 2 at about a 75% because I can't get it quite to an 80. I wanted this to be like an 85-90% performance, but to me this is about a 75% because there's a lot they need to improve on if they're going to make the third one really be that big kick. And just also a special note, the post-credit scene, I get that you're trying to like be advertisements, but the post-credit scene in this is stupid. It's not worth waiting for. And when you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's retarded, and there's absolutely no reason to have it in here. Sorry, guys. Alright, but thank you for choosing me to watch for your reviews. MP27 Reviews, click like and subscribe. You got more videos coming.